Hey guys, so in last video we discussed briefly about operators in Java. So in this video I'll be telling you how do we actually use these operators in actual programming. Okay, so let's get started. So first I'll be telling you about some arithmetic operators or in arithmetic operators, we use two types of operators. I told you about this in the last video. There is a unary and a binary type of operator. So basically, unary operators only require one operand, and binary operators require two operands, as the name says. Okay, so basically, unary operators are used to perform operations like incrementing a value by 1, decrementing a value by 1, or negating an expression, or inverting the value of a Boolean expression. Okay, so let's take an example for unary operator. So we'll just take an integer x maybe having a value 10. Okay, so then we'll just print it out directly. X. Okay, let's run this. So as you can see, it's showing 10. So what an increment operator does is it basically increments a value by 1. Okay, so we can use it in two ways, prefix and postfix. I will tell you what do they mean. Okay, let's just write this again and then you can see. When we use the increment operator after the actual operand, it is called as a postfix. Basically what does this mean is, first print the value of x and then increment the value of x by 1. Okay, so if we again print out x here, then we can see that here the value is 10, then we have here the value becomes, the printed value will be 10, but in this line only after printing it the value will become 11. So here the value that will be printed will be 11. Let's see if this works. As you can see, 10, 10, 11 as expected. Okay, so there's a thing called prefix operator. Okay, so prefix unary operator, we use the increment operator just before the operand. Okay, just before the operand. So this value will become 12. How you may say, if this becomes 11, then before printing it should be incremented by 1 and then x should be printed. This means this. Okay, just run this. As you can see, 12. So same thing goes with the decrement operator. When we like decrement the value, what this must result is, the value is 12 right now, so it must print 12 and then decrement it by 1. So the printed value will be 12, but the value at the end of this sentence line will be 11. And then if we print x again, here you can see the value will be 11. Okay, let's see this. You see 12, 11. Okay, these are the increment and the decrement operators. So next unary operator is what we have is a logical not or logical complement operator. What it basically does is, let's show you. Let's take a boolean variable. Boolean, say set it as true. Okay. So what it basically do is, it will, let's just print this first and then I'll continue. It should return true, right? Yeah, returns true. What this complement operator does is, it just reverses the value of a boolean variable. So here it was true, it shall come false here. Let's see the output. So yeah, it's basically used in if statement when we want to check a condition and follow the negative path. Okay, you'll learn about it more in further videos. Okay, so basically this was a complement or logical not operator. It is also a unary operator. Let's move to the binary operators now, binary arithmetic operators. Okay, so let's take two variables a and b. Take integer a. Let's just assign a value to them. 10 b equal to 20 or something. Now what we'll just write it. So arithmetic operations with binary operators are like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, basic calculation you do in mathematics. Okay, so a plus b, so it should return 10 plus 20 30. Just run this, 30. Then we have like, we can perform various binary operations like subtraction. I'll just write it all and then we will connect all together. Multiplication, division, you can also do like modulus. Okay, just run this. So addition is 30, subtraction is minus 10, 10 minus 20 is minus 10, multiplication is 20. Then if we divide, this is an integer value, so it is coming out to be 0. It should be 0.5, right? So if we like it's coming in, it is doing typecasting. Typecasting we will learn in further videos. Let's just change this value to integer value for now, like 10 divided by 5, that will return 2. Okay, so then modulus, remainder is 10, so it will come out with 10. So these are the binary operators. Now we'll take the left shift and the right shift operator. So basically what a left shift operator does is, it in a binary representation of a number, it shifts the bit by the number of times you have specified to the left side. Okay, I have talked briefly about it in the previous video. So here we are going to see how it works. So you can like remember it as in, it just multiply. If you do left shift operation one time on a number, it will basically multiply the number by 2. Okay, and if you do the right shift operator on a number, it will basically divide the number by 2. So let's just take an example. Let's take 20, do left operation one time. Okay, so what should it return? It is a left shift operation of 20 and it is doing only one time, so it should like multiply the 20 by 1 or 20 by 2 single time. This answer is 40. So yeah, getting it right. The you can do it like you can check the binary thing of this. You can convert this 20 into a binary number, then shift one bit, and you will see that it comes out to be 40 if you convert that binary into decimal. Also, when we do right shift operation, when you do the opposite of this, you do the right shift. That time it should divide by 20. Okay, it should divide by 20. It's done here. This is basically the left shift and the right shift operator. So now we'll talk about the next operators. It means like logical and logical or operator. So what it basically does is check for two conditions. We use it basically in if statement and all, in looping and conditional statements, to check if two conditions are true. When we have to check if two conditions are true, and if those two conditions are true, we have to follow a procedure. Okay, so like for example, we'll take two integer value like 3 integer value. Integer a is equal to 10, b equal to 5, c equal to 20, and then we'll like if we are using relational operators also here. I will tell you how that works too. Both operators will be covered in this part only. Okay, so like if a is less than b, then logical and operator ampersand a is less than c. So what would be the answer here? So let's just analyze this. A has a value of 10. Okay, so a is less than b? No, it's false. So basically it's false. But we're using another condition with AND operator. Okay, and a is less than c. Is a less than c? Yes, a is less than c. This will come out to be true. But we are using AND operator. Similarly, like in the digital, the AND operator here, if any of the value is false, then the output for this will always be false. So it should come out to be false. Let's just take it. It comes out to be false. On the other hand, if we use logical OR operator, right? Logical OR. So false or true comes out to be true. Let's just check this. It's coming true. So yeah, that's it. This is the relational operator here. We use it to check the. I have talked briefly about this in the previous video itself. Go check that video out if you want to know more about this. This is also less than. It is basically comparison operator. Checks if two numbers are less operator or equal to. There are various types of this. I've told this in the previous video itself. Next we will talk about the ternary operator. So what is a ternary operator? It is like this. Basically it functions just like if statement, if else statement, you can say. So what it does is, I'll show you with example. If you take an integer a equal to, let's say 2, integer b with value like 5 or something, Then we'll take another integer minimum, let's say the name of the integer is min equal to, we have to find the minimum of these two numbers. Okay, so like what is the minimum of these two numbers? So how can we find? We can use the ternary operator here. If a less than b, is it's basically a question. Okay, is a less than b? If yes, then print a, then assign a to the minimum. If no, then assign b to the assign b to minimum. Then we'll just print it out minimum. Okay, let's just run this. We'll see. Okay, so what actually happened here is, it was checking if to assign a value to minimum, we have passed a condition here. Okay, if a is less than b, then we have to pass a as the value for minimum. Okay, and if a is greater than b, means this condition comes out to be false, then we have to assign b to it. So first condition here comes out to be true, so the minimum is set to 2. Okay, if we turn this into 10, let's say 10, then let's see, the condition here now becomes false. Okay, so the output should come b, means the b should be assigned here and it should come out to be 5. The output should be 5 here. Okay, yeah, the output is coming 5. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.